Hey guys, in this class we'll see what are the init containers and we'll see an example how we can use it. So here I'm using an example where init container will send the data to a particular volume and that volume is shared by the other container, so that reads the data that is sent by the init container. To make it simple, init containers are those which run before the main containers get started. So it is helpful in installations before any main application run, or in a database applications, or any huge setup like libraries or services before the main apps start. So in such cases we can run init containers. And remember that once the init containers are created and up and running, then only the main containers get started. So that's why until then the main containers will be in the pending state to create. So that's how it works. And if you see here in the execution flow, we will see that the pod is first created and creating the empty dir volume. We know that this empty dir volume is tied to a particular pod lifecycle. As soon as the pod is deleted, this empty dir gets vanished, but empty dir stores the data persistent even though the containers are crashing, but it ties to the pod's lifecycle. That's why it is combined like this. Now inside the pod there is a init container. First it tries to prepare a data and send that data to empty dir volume. So it is creating certain message.txt hello CKA, if you see this command, and then once it is completed, the initialization is completed, and now we see that the main container is starting, and until then the main container doesn't start. Okay, it is like synchronous. Once it is completed, then only the main container starts. Since it is started sequentially, and the first init container already sent the message to this empty dir, the same shared volume is used by main container, so it can read the message. And inside this container, this is the command we have kept to cat that message, so it will basically give the information of whatever the init container sent into the empty dir volume. Okay, so that's how it works. So this demonstrates the working of init container and using volumes. We have seen one example. Similarly, init containers can be used for any commands you can use, like install certain libraries or something according to your own applications. That's all that demonstrates the working of init containers. Thank you so much. Bye bye.